Hey there, Jed Coburnus here for episode 2 of the Exercise Physiology Show. So this show is pretty much you asking me questions via Instagram, email, personal message on Facebook, social media, right? Any which way you want to ask me questions, let me know, and I'll answer them for you about, well, anything you got. Okay, health and wellness, fitness, exercise, doesn't matter. Okay, I'm an exercise physiologist. I have an exercise science degree, so and plenty of experience and certifications. So that's why I'm doing this. Okay, so I had 2 questions. It's pretty sweet. I'm good with that. I mean, I'm sure more to come, but I'll answer them, right? So via Instagram at Ellen Winner, aka Laura G, it looks like. She asks, what to consider being careful after 3 C-sections or any major surgery. I find myself avoiding planking, etc., so as to not injure my abdomen. Basically, at Ellen Winner from Instagram, Laura G. It basically comes down to this. For any surgery, well, let's go specific right away, C-section, right? What happens with the C-section? We know this. I'm not going to get graphic, but they basically cut your muscles apart, okay? But how to come back from that? Well, first of all, your primary doctor has to clear you for exercise. Don't ever forget that. And then second, for what you're doing with your abdomen, you're probably, okay, this is probably going to always feel pain with that. I know, a few of my friends of family, friends, wives, stuff like that, they still have pain in the abdomen from the C-section 16 years later. Sorry to say that. It's just how it is. But what can you do and be mindful of post-surgery? You can always let pain be your guide. Always. Doesn't matter. C-section, complete, total knee replacement, total knee repair, shoulder replacement, shoulder repair. Doesn't matter what it is. Let pain be your guide. The no pain, no gain, I throw something on there saying you're insane. No pain, no gain rule, you don't need it, okay? Avoiding planking, I guess I wouldn't. My opinion would be to not avoid the plank. It's not going to hurt you to give the plank a shot. I think a lot of what we have nowadays is in our head. And I know, oh my gosh, it is. We get to change and choose how we perceive pain, okay? Pain just isn't physical anymore. Today's day and age, we are more open to holistic and alternative ways of healing. And pain isn't just, it isn't just physical anymore, it's mental, okay? And I think now we're more open to hearing about that. So, really, I had yesterday one of my coworkers come in and look at my WOD that I put out at my work, and she looked at a high plank twist, and she's like, "Oh no, I can't do that." Just those words, I don't know. And I'm like, "Come on, you know what a plank is? A high plank twist, high plank, just like a top push-up position, and then you lift one arm in the air back as far as you can go, and then switch." And I showed her what it was, and she was in. She's like, "Oh yeah, I can do that." I'm like, "Yes, you can." It's just the words mentally were blocking her. So I guess that would be my answer. Is 2 things. It would be to let pain be your guide all the time. Start safe, slow, and gentle with that, and mentally stay in check with your belief systems, your beliefs in you. And I know I say that all the time, but it's the belief that, you know what, I can just give it a shot. I can just try it. If it hurts, I'm not going to do it. Give yourself permission to try it and to be ready for it or not be ready for it. And a plank on your knees still has plenty of benefit, because the plank itself is chest, shoulders, triceps, core, low back, a little bit of legs going on. I mean, it's a full body exercise that is really beneficial. So the plank itself, anything, you know, just be careful with that. But try it. What's the worst that can happen? It could actually not be painful. And yes, the worst that could happen is it could be painful, but you don't know unless you try it. Yeah, thanks for the question. I appreciate it. So, moving on to the other question I got, which is awesome, via email. He responded to the wads that I send out. I send them out. It's awesome. Looks like Arif B. I don't say last names because I don't know if anybody wants privacy, right? Arif B asks, now that I'm a bodybuilder, he's at 78 kilograms, and I want to be at 71 kilograms. He wants to lose 7 kilograms. I go to the gym 4 to 5 days a week. How do I lose body fat and love handles, is what he's saying. Well, bodybuilding is an art, right? I mean, it takes a long time. There's no real quick fix. If I were gonna begin to do that professionally, I would get very serious right away. I wouldn't mess around. I wouldn't try a whole bunch of products. I would get a notebook. I would have a mind notebook and a body notebook. Actually, correct that. I would scratch all of that. I would get a notebook with 2 separate sections, because then it's, be less of a pain in the ass to have 2 notebooks carrying around. I would have a mind section and a body section, because if you're not in the right mindset, you're not going to go anywhere with bodybuilding. So it's just as important to write about yourself and to yourself and believe in yourself, because a lot of times you're going to fail and you're not going to place in any competition, or you're not going to get to, the weights that you want to be pushing and pulling. So you have to have the correct mindset for it. So that would be the mind part of the of your notebook. You would want to write in it every day your intentions for that day to get something done. You would want to write what you're going to get done, how you're going to feel that day, and then write something positive about yourself, and then 5 other people. That's what I would do every day. That's what I currently do anyway. But as far as the body goes, you would want an exercise section on that to figure out what you're doing. And to burn body fat, you need interval training, or HIIT, or high intensity interval training. That's why I put out those WODs. They only take 15 minutes. But you could double what I give you every day, and that would be your cardio pretty much for the day. Your cardio high interval training, and the rest of it could be just your bodybuilding, your chest press, your incline press, your decline press, your squats, there's a boatload that you can be doing if you have the time to go and do it, right? And then there's food, right? You cannot skip the food. Your nutrition is key. Actually, it'd probably almost be more important than the exercise part. If you're not keeping track of how many calories you burn, how many grams of fat you're taking in, how many grams of protein you're taking in, how many grams of sugar you're taking in, how many grams of carbohydrates you're taking in, if you're not keeping track of all of those things, you're probably not going anywhere. Bodybuilding is very rewarding, but you really have to put in the time and the effort and the work. It's not, I'm not saying it's not easy, because to some that's just their passion and that's all they do. And I mean, look at Arnold, right? Everybody knows Arnold Schwarzenegger. He knew he couldn't fail. That was it. But I guarantee you, he knew exactly what he was going to accomplish every day. And he knew what was good for his body and what was not good for his body. And he probably didn't cheat that often when he was, Mr. Universe of the Works, right? It's probably more nutrition than it is exercise. Exercise comes pretty easy. You can get to the gym and go and do it, and it's work. But you have to choose the right foods. What are the right foods, right? I mean, that's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother day. If you wanted something that helps, the Automatic Body app, I keep telling people about it. It really does help people make those one small changes, regardless of bodybuilding or not. I have to bring it up because it's a good app and program, regardless of products. But yeah, so I mean, grab that notebook, start figuring out what you're eating. Don't change anything yet. Email me 3 days, a 3-day food journal of what you're eating, how much, and we'll go from there. But yeah, 2 questions today. That's awesome. I appreciate all of it. Anybody via email jedkobernusz@gmail.com. You can email me a question. I'll put it on the show. Instagram, Facebook, I mean anything, Snapchat, all of that fun stuff. So have yourself a good rest of the day. Believe in you, because you've got to know. I do. Again, my name is Jed Cobernusz. This is the Exercise Physiology Show. Bye for now.